booktube, it's Louise, the big head bookworm. Lovely to see you. Hope you're well. Hope you're having a good day wherever it is you are and whatever it is you're doing. Hello, welcome to me and my coffee in my mug. Actually, it's not my mug, it's the husband's mug. It was the mug that was closest to hand when I was getting my coffee. It's actually second coffee of the day. And no reason other than I fancied one. I do a latte in our coffee machine. Oh, lovely. Lovely. So, yes, I've got that this morning. Give me some... I had a good start to the day. It was a bit of a disturbed night anyway. The boy, our lad, is still not well. He hasn't been well for coming up to 2 weeks. Took him to the doctors last week. They said, "Are you sure it's not COVID?" And it's like, no, I've tested and tested. It's not COVID. But it is presenting as COVID. And he just said it's flu-like symptoms and it is going to take him a bit of time to get better. And he will get better. It's just going to take him a bit of time. So he is still off. But his sleep's just gone peculiar. So I think he was awake at 4 o'clock this morning and he was listening to something and I could hear it at 4 o'clock in the morning. And I was like, so the husband actually got up and went in and said, "Are you okay?" And he's like, "I can't sleep." I presume he had gone to sleep and had just woken up. So that's got him home. And then the husband's gone to his parents today. So he left really early. And then I was sat in bed with a cup of tea, just letting the day start, and there was a rap at the door, and it was one of those, you know how you can tell it was a jaunty rap at the door, and I was like, what? It's like 8:10. I was like, what? So I went downstairs, scrabbling into my dressing gown, looking like so put together. You can imagine. You know, this hair looks good in the morning. So I was like at the front door and I thought, there's this bloke just stood there and he went, "Hello, come to give you a quote." And I was like, what? And he's like, "Haven't I? Have I?" And I was like, no, you haven't come to give me a quote." And he was like, "Have I not?" And I was like, no, you haven't. And it was plumbing and heating. And I was like, nope. And then I thought, "Has the husband?" And he said, "Oh, it does say 22. I'll give him my number. And I was like, no. And he's like, "Oh." So I said, "What name have you got?" Thinking, is there any chance the husband has arranged this and not mentioned it? And then he said the name. And I was like, no. And he's like, "Oh, have I woken you up?" Which made me feel really good. Made me feel really like put together. And I was like, no, but I haven't been awake long. It was when, "Have I woken you up?" You could almost tell, like, oh, has it been about? Are you all right? Have I woken you up? No, you haven't woken me up. You made me come downstairs quickly, though. In my dressing gown. So yes, off he went. That was it. There you are. That's it. That's my little gift for him for the day. So what else have we been up to? It's just started raining. That'll be a pain. The house over there, I've got their washing out and they got quite a lot out. Quit, love! It's raining. I'm amazed that they put washing out today. The forecast was intermittent rain. Rookie error. You've got to pick your days. Today, not the day. Last week, it did dry. Yeah. I was thrilled. The husband has moved the washing line. Yeah, so it's not, whirligig's now not there. It's just around there. Looks better. Looks straighter. So that's pleasing. And we hope we moved it to a place that gets more sun. Yeah, it's only been here 2 years. It's only taken us 2 years to do that. What else has happened? Oh, I know what you're like. I had to work at the weekend. It was a long day. Ooh, yeah. So it's been that kind of week where things have gone a bit awry. And so I had a long working day when I wasn't expecting to have it. Well, I guess I kind of thought there would be a long working day, and there was. And then we had a party in the evening, and it was a party that we haven't been to before. So the husband is part of another amateur dramatic group, and they are social. They are social people. They are people that want people to come round to their houses. You know, we read books. We don't expect people to come round to our houses because we're in the house reading. You know, and if you come round, that stops my reading time. So I'm like, what? And they're like, I'm going to have a party for this, and then this is going to happen. And so this was a party for somebody I'd never met. It was her 50th birthday party from a couple of years ago, which was pandemic, so she couldn't have it, so she decided to have it this year. And so she was having a party, and her husband knew her vaguely, but knows her husband well. So we got invited. So we're going to be lots of people. There were going to be some people that I would know, but not many. But some people I would know. Didn't know the birthday girl. Didn't know her name properly until about an hour before we went. But it could have been one or two. We worked out which one it was for you. So we went, and then we had that. It's at the house, but it's a 50th. At the house, but it's a 50th. What do you wear? I don't know these people. I don't know her. Is she somebody that dresses up? Is she somebody that doesn't dress up? What is it? You see my dilemma. Oh no. What do we wear? I don't have lots of party clothes. I have lots of hoodies. I've got lots of clothes that are black. I know I'm not wearing black today. Woohoo! It feels wrong. So the husband and I had a bit of a, so what do we wear? We haven't, do we go casual and risk everybody being in party wear? Do we go in party wear and risk everyone being casual? Which do you think happened? Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. So the husband and I went quite party. Not completely. I didn't put full dress on, but I did put long skirt, party top, had my lovely patent DMs on, their shoes, gorgeous, love them. Makeup, but not complete, but I've been working all day. I looked aside. I needed to do something. I need something to mask that. The husband, we had the debate, do you wear a tie or not wear a tie? I said, would you feel more comfortable in a tie? And he said, yes, I would. And I said, well, wear a tie. And he looked lovely. He did. He looked absolutely gorgeous. So as we drew up, saw people walking, jeans and a jumper. Jeans and a jumper. And I discovered when we got there, not even their best jumpers. No. They've not put best jumper on. They've not even put clean jumper on. They had just come along. They'd just come along. And they weren't the only people. I mean, obviously some people had put a clean t-shirt on or a clean jumper, but it was casual. It was very casual. Birthday girl, slightly jazzier top, jeans. Were we horrifically overdressed? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Who knows what she thought of me? Never met me before. I arrive. Hello! In my outfit. Hello, here's your happy birthday, strange person I've never met. Here's your present. Thank you so much for inviting us to your house. And then you had to literally squeeze your way through. So we kind of squeezed our way through. Met some people we knew, but we were in the middle of the corridor, so we had to just keep on squeezing our way through, and then got stuck there. Because then to come back, we'd have had to squeeze our way back, and then and as the husband said, you kind of squeeze your way back and then go, hello, here we are, you could talk to me now. So I got stuck, basically. I kind of squeezed my way through and got stuck there for 3 hours. I wasn't drinking. The husband kept paddling off and chatting to people. Very nice. People kept coming and chatting to me. I was also near the food. So I managed to sit down. I was near the food and people kept coming and having food, you know, sitting and chatting for a while and then wandering off. And it was great. It was great. But Lordy, was I overdressed. The only thing I regret about the party is that I didn't know that there was dancing going on in the other room, because I would have been there, even as I was dressed. I'd have been there. In fact, I would have been, you know, life and soul, dancing away. But yeah, thought you'd like that. And the husband said, you do realise now that we have to dress up wherever we go. Whenever we go to one of their parties, we are now that couple that turns up really dressy. Do we have much of a social life? No. Can you tell? Yes. Turn up for the opening of a crisp packet, dressed. Oh, nightmare. Yeah, that won't come back to haunt me at 3 o'clock in the morning, will it? Mm. So, yes, let's talk about books. Let's talk about books, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that we read. Let's talk about books. Let's talk about books on a Wednesday. So I went to the library. They didn't have any Neo Marsh. Well, they had one Neo Marsh, but it was a late Neo Marsh in the series. It was another one of those Amazon books. So I looked dismissively at it. Like that, I did. And moved on. However, I did find a book, which I shall show you in a moment. Well, actually, I should show you now. I did find this, which is the latest paperback by J.D. Robb, and it's got a shiny library cover, which is good because I do spill things on it. Put my coffee down. So yes, so this is the latest J.D. Robb. J.D. Robb, this is Nora Roberts. There she is. Nora, writing as J.D. Robb. Nora Roberts is a prolific author. She writes a lot of adult romances. They're not too rude, but they are a bit rude. Some of them are romantic. She does kind of time travel-y ones. She does straight ones. She does thrillers. They always tend to have a bit of a romance in. She's got quite a few different series. She has written, hundreds of books. She is a machine. This is the Nora Roberts published her first novel using the pseudonym J.D. Robb in 1995, introducing Eve Dallas, a New York City police lieutenant with a dark past, and a billionaire Irish rogue, Rourke. Since then, the In Death series has sold over 66 million copies. And this is number 56. So, long series set in 2052, something like that. So it's quite further on. They are sequential. You can pick them up though, anywhere. It makes more sense if you start with the first one, which is Naked in Death. It's very good. This one, I'm about 150 pages in. No. 122. Yeah, got about 122, 130 pages in. It's ringing bells from a previous one that was very good, which, can I see it over there? Because I've got all my J.D. Robbs over there. I've got a lot of different sizes because, of course, after 56 books, you can imagine the styling of them has changed. They used to be little A format, and then now this is a B format, which is the slightly bigger hardback. They're a slightly bigger paperback. A format's the slightly smaller ones, more the mass market. I can't remember the name. Let's see if I can look it up at the back of what Origin in Death. So if you've read J.D. Robb, then Origin in Death is quite a well-known one, and it bleeds into a lot. It's referred to a lot. And it rings a bell to me. There's a similar trope in this book, which after 56 books, I'm not surprised she's repeating them. She is repeating them. I think some are better than others. I was thinking about this book yesterday, and I was thinking about the series. I don't actually buy them as paperbacks anymore. I think I have, I haven't for a while. Actually, there's one there that I have bought fairly recently. I normally get it on the Kindle now, or if I can get it in the library, I do get them in the library, because I've missed so many. My collection isn't complete, and it'd be too. I'm not that bothered about trying to get the collection complete now. I do enjoy reading them. I find them really easy, comforting reads. I think she needs to develop. I think the characters are, especially Eve Dallas, the main character, and some of the other in the circle kind of characters that come back every book, are a bit stuck. So the character development has ceased, and she puts time and effort into creating the mystery, but the character development has been neglected, and they are repeating the same thing. So something happens, it brings back up her past, she gets really angry about it, she gets really furious, somebody says, no, go home, take it home, and she goes and beats up her sparring droid. She uses, she doesn't speak about it, she just gets angry about it, and she goes and physically goes and runs goes for a run and she chooses her hologram, it's the beach, and she does a 5-mile run on the beach, and it's all repetitive. She's done all of this kind of stuff before. The character hasn't moved, and the character needs to move, I think. I think that's to keep the interest of the books and to make it grow. The character needs to move. I think Rourke and Eve Dallas and Peabody and all the characters that if you read them, you'll know. They just need to develop and alter. They're too samey. The two go through the same things. Yes, they are what they say is in character, but there is no development, and everybody changes. And I just think it needs to develop. I think that the thing that she is not doing is she's not doing the next progression. She's not doing the next step, because I don't think she knows how to get Eve to the next. To do something different. She needs Eve to change, and I don't think at the moment J.D. Robb is doing that. So yeah, I'm enjoying it, but I'm a bit kind of like, nah. And the problem is, I don't know if you've had this when you've read a book, that if you spot something, or if you start, like, you have that kind of, you think about it a bit more critically, instead of just kind of consuming the product, which there's nothing wrong with doing that. You read it a bit more critically, and then you see it, and then everything reaffirms that, and you're like, yeah, you see. So it's a bit like that at the moment. However, I am, enjoying it, but yeah. Come on, Laura. Come on. Move it along. So yeah, so I'm reading that, and it'll be fun. I'll finish that in a couple of days. Just need a bit of time to finish it, and then I'll finish it. What else? Oh, I finished Devices and Desires, the PD James, on Nostalgic Mystery Radio, the podcast. It's a 6-part dramatisation of a PD James book, Devices and Desires, which features Adam Dalgleish as the sleuth, Commander Adam Dalgleish. I found it really atmospheric. Felt a little bit of a period piece, because of course it was written like 30 years ago, 40 years ago, and it had dated a little bit. Really thought I was quite captivated by it, and like looking forward to listening to it. I listened to it in the car, either going to work or coming back from work. And I was like, oh, I'm looking forward to, looking forward to the next thing. And then got to the fifth instalment, the fifth episode, and the storyline took a bit of a, oh, did not see that coming. Not sure about it either. I was a bit, I'm not going to say what it is because it was so far in, and it would, if you've listened to it, did you get to episode 5 and go, what? I think that was a bit of a reach, that storyline. I don't know whether it was a more reasonable storyline at the time, and it's just sounds weird now because it's dated. That could be true. Thinking back to it, I have no idea when it was written. What year it was written? Let's have a look. Devices and Desires. J. Parker. Nope. 1989. Yes, perhaps. Perhaps. Gosh, that's 34 years ago. How is that even? Anyway. Yeah, I wonder if at the time that would have been a little bit more realistic. But reading it now, I was a bit like, and it did come out of nowhere. I'm sorry, it did come out of nowhere. So, yeah. So I spent the last two, especially that episode, going, what the? And then the last episode, I felt it all wrapped up a bit. But then I don't know whether that it was the dramatisation that caused me to have the feeling where I thought it was a bit like, the person who did it was the person I thought did it. So I don't know whether that's because I remembered or whether it was a bit signposted through the dramatisation. So I just say that to you. And can I just say there's a little Robin out there that's looking at me. So I'm just going to give a little wave. That's cute. Oh, it really is raining now. I really hope they've taken their washing in. So, so that's what I'm reading at the moment. I'm just reading this at the moment. I will... Still haven't downloaded my next Nao Marsh to the Kindle, but I will do, and then I will finish off the Peter May because I just need to get it done and finish that off. That's it really. Oh, what else did I listen to? I'm still listening to Moving Finger by Agatha Christie, but I did listen to The Mirror. They Do It With Mirrors, which is another Jane Marple mystery by Agatha Christie. So I listened to that as well. Loved, thought that was great. It's not one of my favourite Jane Marples, but it still was enjoyable. I find the main character of Louise irritating. Irritating. And everybody's, I just find her irritating, which slightly takes away from it, but such is life. And there we go, friends. There's just not an awful lot to kind of report. It's just my thoughts on Devices and Desires. And my plea to Nora Roberts to sort it out and develop the characters a bit more. So what have we got exciting things coming up? Nothing this weekend, I don't think. So so hopefully there's going to be a bit of reading time and I can report back. Thank you very much to the people that suggested the Donna Leon books. Donna Leon? I think it was Donna Leon. For me to look for a detective with a good home life. I shall be picking that up. I want to finish this book and then I will pick that up. Right, well that's it. I hope you're all well. Much love to everybody. And this has been fun, BookTube. Let's do this again.